Well, unfortunately, the price of SHIB didn't hold that level we wanted and needed it to, and there's a specific reason why that is. But while we're on this little bit of correction in the market right now, something very specific is happening in the charts that I think everybody needs to be aware of. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. Again, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So earlier in my ADA video, I talked about what actually caused this drop in the market. What it had to do with was people being impatient, people setting up massive BTC long positions in the very short term. And then unfortunately, market makers paid attention. We got down into some of those long leverage liquidations, and you guys can see what happened in terms of price, right? Liquidated. All right, won't get too much into that. And obviously because of that, Shiba Inu fell off of that support that we were really hoping to keep up here. That was right around that 40193 level. Now, I will say right now, SHIB is still above good support here. This basically 4017 is kind of crucial support. That's right about our 200-day moving average as well. So we're still looking fine per se. I'm not, saying we're going to just bounce and explode out of here. That's possible because, BTC can also get up to the upside in a very quick hurry as well. And what I'll say is BTC is doing a very similar thing. It's coming down, testing support. So this move by SHIB is the same as what's being experienced across the crypto market. And unfortunately, over the last 12 hours, SHIB has dropped about 5%. Most assets kind of in that 3 to 4% range. So it's nothing too far off schedule. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. While we're going on this retracement, what we've seen over some of these drops in the past, and specifically along BTC's trend here as we've consolidated for months and months and months, is when we've gone on these periods of consolidation, we've actually seen BTC dominance on the rise. People have tended to move towards a more stable asset like BTC, and that's actually not happening this time. In fact, BTC dominance during this correction, and specifically over the last 48 hours, is really on the drop. We have actually now seen the lowest BTC dominance level we have seen since the earlier part of September. So the question is now is this that drop off? Is this that send back to the mean, back to our long-term trend that we've had for multiple market cycles, right? There's always a point where BTC breaches and then falls down into basically alt season, the trigger, right? This is February of 2017. This is January of 2021. Historically speaking, that would mean sometime around like December of this year would be the point where we kind of really breach and fall back down and essentially fall off a cliff. Times are a little different this cycle because of institutional money. It's obviously caused BTC to kind of eject from our normal trend and do something a little bit different. Now, what I will say is that, don't be fooled by some of these corrections that are taking place right now, because this is where a lot of people, again, mess things up. I know I've said this a lot, but I really want to hit home the fact that during these times, while some people are getting a little, they're wavering in their confidence just a little bit, whales are adding. All right, 139 billion SHIB added yesterday. That follows a 264 billion SHIB add day the day before. So these discount days are actually being accumulated by the large entities in the space. That's really the point I wanted to make. So while we may look at structure and say, oh, yep, we're going to do exactly what we did here, what we did here, what we did here, right? This is where this time ends up being just a little bit different because the metrics are showing something a little bit different. A big accumulation is taking place. Actually, we may do kind of one of these right here. Actually, I mentioned that this move may be similar to this move here. So it wouldn't surprise me if we come back down, test support here, get a little bounce back up. Maybe we'll get our extension and try to push towards this 68K level. We'll have to wait and see as the week goes on. We'll have to see what institutional money does as we get into the week. But really what I would watch is this BTC dominance, because if you guys haven't noticed, just even over the last 2 weeks here, and specifically since September 18th, alts have made up quite a bit of ground. SHIB has made up quite a bit of ground. And it wouldn't surprise me if, as now we are getting into these times in the market where it is more conducive for that, if we start taking even more ground. I've said that these pumps for SHIB can start to happen more frequently, more violently. And that's the path that we may be heading towards. Again, maybe just a bottom out and a next slingshot for the next level. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We breached our break box, but we came back down. We fought it. Unfortunately, we got rejected by it, but we'll obviously see what happens as we get into the week. I mentioned in my ADA video earlier today, Jerome Powell is speaking today, so pay attention to what he says there. And hopefully we get off to a better start than we have. Appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think this is that moment where alts start to be gaining quite a bit more dominance versus BTC? Do you think SHIB can take a little bit of ground the earlier part of this week? Appreciate you. Have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.